Hi guys, and welcome to Salim's Kitchen. In today's video we will be making onions, mince, cheese and corn samosas and spring rolls for beginners and first time samosa makers. Let's start by finely dicing 2 medium onions. Finely slice 2 green chillies. Now finely chop 12 mint leaves. Now finely slice 1 stem of spring onion. And 1 bunch of coriander finely chopped. You will also need 500 grams of corn and 500 grams of grated mozzarella cheese. Now heat a nice medium-sized pan on medium heat. Once your pan is nice and hot, add in 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Now to this, add in 500 grams of mutton mince meat. You can also use chicken mince or ground beef mince. Now to this, you can add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste. Now let's give this a nice good mix. Now let's allow the mince to cook for a little, and once the mince starts to cook, then like in all my videos, we are going to break it down into smaller pieces by using the back of our spoon. Now once the mince starts cooking like this, occasionally break it down like this every 1 minute or so until we get nice small pieces. Cooking time for the mince is around 8 to 10 minutes or until all the water dries out. After 8 minutes or once all the water has dried out, now add in the green chilies. Give it a good mix and allow the green chilies to cook for 1 minute. So all the flavor of the green chilies is released and mixed together with the mince. After 1 minute, give it 1 more quick mix. Now let's add in 1 heaped teaspoon of mixed masala. There is a recipe in which I show you how to make the mixed masala. This recipe will be in the description box below. Now give this a nice good mix. Now let's add in the onions. Let's give this a nice good mix. Allow the onions to cook for 4 minutes and mix it every 2 minutes interval. After 4 minutes, add in the corn and give this a nice good mix. Now allow the corn to cook for 4 minutes, mixing every 2 minutes interval. After 4 minutes of cooking the corn, give it one more mix. Now let's add in the mint, the spring onion, and the coriander. Now let's give this a nice good mix. Now switch off your stove and allow it to simmer on the heat for 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes of simmering, give it one last mix. And there you have it, guys. Our filling is now ready. Beautiful, aromatic, delicious mince, onions, corn, and when the filling cools down, we will add in the mozzarella cheese. Now that the filling is nice and cold, let's add in the mozzarella cheese and give it a nice good mix. The filling is now ready. Now let's start making the pastry for the samosas and spring rolls. Into your mixing bowl, add in 1 cup of all-purpose wheat flour or 125 grams. To this, add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now mix the flour and salt together like this and form a well. Into the well, add in 100 milliliters of normal tap water. This is cold water. Now let's form a dough. Once your dough is formed, cover and rest it for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes of resting, knead the dough well. Once your dough has been kneaded well, place it on your workboard and roll it out into a thin, long cylinder. Once you have rolled it out into a long cylinder like this, use your pinky finger as a measurement and cut out one piece. Now use this piece to cut out the rest of your pieces. So now turn them into small discs by simply rolling it out a bit like this. Lift it up and press it down like that and you will get a small disc. Now that all our discs are formed, let's roll it out or roll all the discs out into rotis. Before rolling, press out your disc a bit using your fingers on both sides. Now let's apply dry flour on both sides. Always dust your rolling pin with dry flour. Now let's roll out the roti. And there you have it. The first roti is now rolled out. Now that the rotis are all rolled out, let's use vegetable oil and oil them well in layers. The first stack of rotis are oiled in layers of 4, which I will be using for spring roll pastry. And the second stack of rotis are layered in 3, which I will be using for samosa pastry. So in total, we have rolled out 7 rotis. Now let's roll out the layered roti. First, press it out a bit like this using your fingers. This procedure helps to set your rotis so they do not slide away when rolling. Now this is the layers of 4 rotis which I will be using for the spring rolls. Now you don't want to roll it out too much, just a little. So now let's add some dry flour. Turn it over. More dry flour. Dust your rolling pin with dry flour and let's roll it out a bit. And there you have it. The rolling is now completed and ready for toasting. Let's roll out the last layer. This stack is laid in 3 rotis, which I will be using for the samosas. Same thing, roll it out a bit using your fingers to set your rotis in place. Add dry flour, turn it over, add more dry flour. Now roll it out a bit, not too much. Okay, now that our layered rotis are all rolled out, let's start toasting them. Now use a flat pan for toasting and toast on low heat. Once your pan is hot, add in your rolled out sheet and just move it around like this so that it gets toasted evenly, and allow it to toast for at least 40 seconds, and then we will turn it over. After 40 seconds, let's now turn it over and do the same thing. Just turn it around like this so it gets toasted evenly. Now after 15 seconds or so, turn it over again. So as simple and as quick as that, the pastry is ready. Now let's put it onto our work board and separate them. Now let's separate them. You can see how easy it separates. Nice, beautiful pastry for spring rolls. And there you have it. Our spring roll sheets are now ready. So keep them covered in a damp cloth so it does not dry out. Now let's move on and toast the pastry for the samosas. Now in goes the pastry sheet for the samosas. Again, just turn it around like this so it toasts evenly, and allow it to toast for 40 seconds. Now after 40 seconds, turn it over and do the same thing. Turn it around like this for at least 15 seconds. And after 15 seconds, turn it over one more time, and there you have it. As quick and as simple as that. The samosa pastry is now ready. Let's separate this. Before we separate the sheets for the samosa pastry, first cut off all the hard edges so we can shape it up into a rectangle. Now that we have shaped it up, we can now cut it out into 3 equal pieces or 3 equal strips. And there you have it. Our beautiful samosa strips are ready. Now let's separate them. And keep it covered in a damp cloth so that it does not dry out. In a small mixing bowl, add in 2 heaped tablespoons of flour. To this, add in water and form a nice thick paste. This is the glue for sticking the samosas and the spring rolls. Now let's roll the spring rolls. Let's add in our beautiful filling. Now let's set the filling. Leave your filling a bit long like this. Now pick up this end and take it over your filling and then pull it back slightly so your filling sits in nice and tight, and give it one roll forward. So now we have formed a nice tight pocket for the spring rolls. You can push the filling in from both the sides if they're coming out. So now let's fold both the ends. Before we fold both the ends, let's apply glue first. Now let's fold the ends. And now let's apply more glue. And now let's complete the rolling. And there you have it, guys. Beautiful onions, mince, cheese, and corn spring roll. Now let's fill the samosas. First, let's form a pocket. Just fold it like that. So you get a overlap or overlay like that. Now line it up to the left hand side like that. And now lift your pocket up and hold the overlap. That is to make sure your pocket do not open. Now you can open your pocket and let's add in the filling. Now use your index finger to push the filling in so it sits nice and tight. Now use your thumb and press it down here at the beginning. So it makes it easy to do the next fold. Then line it up to your right hand side. Now we'll apply glue. And now line it up to the left hand side. And now let's complete the folding. Beautiful onions, mince, corn, and cheese samosa. So there you have it, guys. Beautiful samosas and spring rolls. This recipe will give you 9 samosas and 4 spring rolls. And remember, we made all this by using just 1 cup of flour. Now let's shallow fry them on medium heat until they turn golden brown in color. So there you have it, guys. Beautiful samosas and spring rolls, and all this was made by using just 1 cup of flour. So guys, please be sure to give this recipe a try. Please like, share and subscribe. Until my next video, peace out.